Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. About to get this thing in here. Be on here about an hour again today. So, okay. You got stamina in the building. What's going on, man? Okay. So get started here in a minute. About another minute. I'm gonna talk about this flyweight. Talk about the strawweight division today. Wanted to just do a little update and just revisit, what I was talking about a week ago, as far as what's next for these strawweights. Everybody in the top. So let me just pull up the rankings here while I do that. While I get that set up. Bruno, what's going on? Because, there's a lot of matches that can be made right now in the strawweight division. And we got 2 wild cards, too, So I think y'all know who the wild cards are in this picture. So, oh, man, yeah, I got to talk about this flyweight division, like a big shakeup as far as the changes as well. There wasn't too many changes as far as the strawweights go. So I just wanted to pull this up and we can get it going here in a second. All right, y'all. So welcome back. Welcome back to the live stream. Like I said, today is a strawweight stream. I just wanted to go back here and talk about all of these fighters in the picture here. That to me they're considered like the elite force in the strawweight division. And I just wanted to discuss what's next right now. After that big fight with Rose and Weili, we want to know what's going to happen with Rose. She going to keep the belt. Weili, she's on a back-to-back losing streak right now. So we got to talk about that. And then just kind of go down the rankings as well and acknowledge some of these other strawweights that don't have fights and some of the ones that do have fights. I am going to talk about Lemos too. I want to give you my thoughts again. I talked about it the other day. As far as what's next for even Tisha Torres, but I want to bring that up as well. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Stamina said breezing through today. Me, who never wins anything, got picked from a prize draw to an early virtual screening of Bruised. So I'm going to jump off and watch that in about 15 minutes. So, okay, cool. Congrats to Stamina. You got a early screening of Bruised. That's all good, man. I was planning on watching the trailer here in a minute myself. Well, if I don't watch it now, I'm going to watch it a little bit later. But so, yeah, I just want to pull these rankings up here and pull up a couple of points real quick. Stuff just running slow here. It does that sometimes. It ain't my laptop. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a service. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am looking forward to that though, Bruce, man. I am looking forward to that movie. I do want to see that. All right, so here we go. Yeah, let's talk about these strawweights here in the picture, man. I just want to go back and discuss what's next for these ladies here, and got to talk about Carla. Got to talk about Carla. Like I said, not much has changed in the top 15 as far as 115. 125 has some big changes. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But strawweights, man, We got a lot of talent here. Got a lot of good fighters here. And I'm ready to see somebody go in there and, uh, really, really give Rose a tough fight. You know what I mean? I want to see somebody go in there and really give her a tough fight, like new blood. No more Joanna for a bit. Andrade, I'd like to see that again, but, they've been acting weight. With Carla Esparza, it's been 7 years. It's almost like it's new blood again, right? So I think that fight is a necessity. That's a must for the division. I think everybody agrees with that, right? Yeah, man, Bruised. Bruce comes out next week, like the 24th. He just got an early screening, So let's start with the champion. We kind of work our way down here, though. So Rose Namajunas, as y'all know, she won the belt, split decision. Well, she defended her belt by split decision over Weili in her rematch. Very close fight. Could have won either way, in my opinion. First time I saw Rose winning. Second time I saw Weili. Probably watch it again, because that's how I do. Just like to watch these fights more than once, and I'll see. It's just one of those situations where, similar to, like you said, stamina, like the Nunes-Shevchenko, you're never really going to have everybody on one side. Everybody's going to be up in the air about this fight. Like, it's always going to change, until somebody goes through and walks the whole fight through, and we just say, okay, I agree, this person won, right? But to me, it's just one of those situations where, Weili made a lot of changes, but not necessarily the best improvements. Rose, to me, was the same fighter. She stuck to what she was and played it safe in those last 2 rounds, and just kind of surprised Weili with that wrestling. It wasn't really like great wrestling, but it was just the fact that she just stuck to it, and it surprised Weili, right? But from here, Rose, she talked about coming back as early as March or April. She said the only fight that really makes sense is Carla. So she acknowledges it herself. Like, that's the only fight that makes sense. Anything else just doesn't really make sense as far as, any other contenders. But Dana White, of course, he said he has other options. And we got to know what those other options are, right? But, to me, yeah, I actually agree with Rose on this, that this is the one fight that makes sense. I've done some videos about it. Carla needs to be more vocal about this situation. She needs to be more, she needs to be a bit more assertive, letting Dana know that she wants this fight. If she doesn't want to fight anymore, then she needs to just say, hey, this is what I want. And she needs to just be going for that title shot. Like, Dana, it makes sense. Everybody wants it, right? So it's kind of on her too. I know Dana is not making any sense as far as this other option, but it always kind of falls into that fighter situation where they have to be seen. It has to make sense. Well, it has to make dollars more so than sense for Dana White, right? That's where the UFC politics come into play. Tutu Hayes said, I wonder who's going to get the title shot next. Well, yeah, I wonder too. That's what this is all about, right? No long reigning champions. Yeah, I don't know. I think the division is just so evolved and so tough right now, where styles are going to clash and somebody's not going to be able to take on or adapt to styles. Joanna, She defended her belt 5 times, but it wasn't necessarily against like the best technical fighters. I'm not knocking it, but Joanna, let's be real, like Panay wasn't really like a big threat to her. Andrade was like her biggest threat to me on her resume, and Andrade was just somebody that didn't have the technical skill and the IQ to keep up with her, so she just shut her down, right? Great takedown defense. And IQ beats that all day. Right? But as for Rose, if she does want to come back in March or April, that's good. that's good. I mean, we need somebody to stay active with the belt, and there's no need to wait till next fall or next summer. I mean, if she comes back in March or April, that's good. I mean, because she didn't take much damage in this fight with Zhang Weili. You know, it went 5 rounds. I didn't see any damage or I didn't hear of anything as far as being broken. You know, so if she can come back and defend as far as March, as early as March and April, that makes sense. You know, that's what everybody wants at this point. She's already gone out there. You know, she's not an active champion. So it's time to get back in there as early as possible, you know, which is the spring. That's a good turnaround time. And it's a good turnaround time for Carla, too. So, I mean, like, that's the only thing that makes sense, right? So Rose wants to get in there as early as possible. Now, how many times do you think she can defend that belt, though? Like, for real. Rose Namajunas, can she defend that belt more than 3 times? I mean, when you look at the rankings right now, let's see. Well, she already defeated Zhang Weili 2 times, right? Carla's the one fighter that's in question. Marina, I think Marina brings a new look to her, new style. You know, that would be a good stand-up battle. But, you know, Rose has that element of surprise in that fight as far as the wrestling. You can see her probably trying to take Marina down. Then let's say Joanna, she was able to come back on like a streak. I see that's a fight that Rose could win. Out of the top 5, if she was to fight Dern, I think Rose could beat Dern. I think she could beat Joanna. I think her toughest fights would be Carla and Marina, though. You know, and somewhere along the line, it's just hard to see her defending the belt 5 times in a row. Because, you know, I'm not sure if the focus would be there. You know what I mean? Like, the focus would be there for 5 consecutive title defenses for her. Like, people get mad when I say this, but I just don't see that dominance factor in her like Valentina. You know, Valentina has the same approach to every fight, different styles, same day for her. You know, she's going to go in there, dominate, and whoop you. Whereas Rose, she really has to get up for a fight. She has to find a reason to fight, like see it as a challenge, not necessarily a championship. So, it's tough to see her going on like a 5-fight win streak. Even if you think style-wise she could beat Dern, Joanna, Marina might be the one to go in there and just end that streak just because she's off that night. Whereas, like I said, Shevchenko, she's never off. Chikagan, Andrade, Murphy, Maya, she's always been on game, right? It's just tough, man. It's just tough to see, like, her going on that dominant streak. Because let's see, because even Carla, like I said, like, she's evolved since that 7-year, that 7-year run. But Carla still brings a big threat. Carla still brings a big threat. So I don't know. How many of y'all think? 222 Hayes said 2 or 3 times realistically. Yeah. And I think it wouldn't really be like a technical thing. I think it would just be her losing focus or something. Robot Chicken said Dern got exposed. No takedown. No win for Dern. No takedown. No takedowns. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't pick her to win that fight. Everybody picked her to win. I said, Marina's got this. Zalman said Rodriguez will bring it to Rose. Rose won't submit her. Don't see Rose taking her down in every round. She probably will surprise her in like the 5th round like she usually does. When the last round comes, when a fight is close, y'all saw her do it to Tisha. Y'all saw her do it to Joanna. Y'all saw her do it to Zhang Weili. So she does do it in the last minute to secure a round, right? Let's see. Rose does not dominate fights like Val and Nunes. Joanna has dominant fights. Rose doesn't, right? So that's where I'm at with Rose, though. Like, I can see her coming back in March or April, taking on whoever that option is Dana has. But from there, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know if she's gonna get it, man. For like that long a period, like Joanna did. Like she did do something Joanna didn't do. Become 2-time champion, but that was because she lost it and had to regain it. Whereas Joanna kept it for 5 title defenses, right? So a 2-time champion is not necessarily more impressive than a longer reigning champion, right? So yeah, March or April, hopefully she comes back. I'm still hoping it's Carla. So Carla, let's go to Carla, number 2. Now, I skipped Zhang Weili for a reason right now, because Zhang Weili, even in these updates in the rankings, she's still number 1. I mean, she just lost 2 times. I think she should drop the number 3. That's just my opinion. She should drop the number 3. Carla and Marina should move up to 1 and 2. That's just my opinion. So, Carla, in this picture here, she's in the best position right now to fight for that title. I mean, if she would just be more so vocal about it, and if she would just talk to Dana, and not even Dana, but just like address the fans, to get the fans on her back, behind her back, she would just be in a better position where Dana would say, I got to give her the shot. He'd be like, I got to give it to her because it's going to bring in money. I mean, it's not too late. It's not too late. I mean, we got a few more months here. And, I'm sure she's staying in shape. She's staying in great shape. Carla's still working. Like she said, she's not taking any more fights, but she's still working. So, you got that part down. You know what to do. You know what to do. Start posting. Start posting on IG. Do some real call-outs. Not that weak call-out that she did. I mean, or what you call it, the respectful acknowledgement. It's not a call-out, but I just respect you. You know what I mean? Like, what's that? What is that for real? You know what I mean? You gotta say it. Like Juliana Pena did. You gotta say it. I mean, you ain't gotta be disrespectful, but you gotta let it be known that that's what you want. I mean, shoot, who was that I was thinking about? That Caitlin Chikagan. Like Caitlin Chikagan said, look, I can't get a fight. She tagged everybody, put it in her fans' hands. Her fans started making suggestions, and boom, she got a fight. But her, it's like, oh, I don't want to be too, I don't want to be too brash. I don't want to be too rude. It's a fight game, man. Like, you go in there, choke people out till they pass out, could kill somebody, you could blind them, give people concussions. I mean, Carla went in there, choke Rose out the first time. So, I mean, like, how respectful can you be? Like, you were in there trying to take it to her, and you were trying to give it your all. So I'm like, how respectful can you be in a sport where you spill people's blood, right? I don't know. Like, what are they thinking, right? Well, what is he thinking? What is her team thinking? Like, her team's not even like on her back saying, hey, you got to make this fight. Like, Dana, you got to make this fight for my fighters. Because she's under the same management as Rose, right? So it should be easy. I don't know. So Carla's really technically in the best position to get it, but it's just her. Politically, she's not. Technically, she's in the position to get it, but politically, she's not, right? So whatever happens at this point. Dana has other options. She doesn't get it. All we could just do is shake our head. I'm like, yeah, 222 Hayes. Carla's just soft right now. Carla's soft. Robot Chicken said Weili's number 1. Not in my opinion. I mean, I'm just being real now. Carla and Miriam haven't beaten Zhang, so why should they be above her? I mean, obvious reason. She just lost 2 times to the champion. I mean, if you lose that many times, you have to fall down the rankings, in my opinion. I mean, the next person that is on their win streak should be ahead, right? Let's be real. I mean, somebody with 2 losses in a row shouldn't be number 1 anymore, because it's showing you that they got knocked down the mountaintop twice, you know? Well, they got knocked down, then they got their hands stomped, and they had to fall down a couple of bumps. So Carla and Marina should be next. I mean, that's how I do the rankings. I mean, Carla's on a 5-fight win streak, so I'm just saying, like, Carla holds a win over. I mean, Marina's looking active. She's 3-0 this year, so I'm talking about just straight up win streaks and who's looking better right now, right? You know, that's what I think. I mean, come on. Hang on 1 second. Let me pull something up here. Daniel Evans said Carla should move up to 145. Oh. Everybody is if they moved up there. Ephraim said Marina's the one to watch. Yeah. BJ said Valentina got a handful of them girls shook. Handful, man. She got them all shook. I mean, for real. I mean, a handful is not shook, but everybody else is. Yeah, you know Carla should have been there, man. Carla should have been at the press conference too, man. She should have been at 268. Like, what's up with that? So Carla, man, she's really in a position where, again, she's earned it, but politically she hasn't. Y'all know what I mean? I already told you what picture to post up. I've been posting it up, and people be like, "Oh, you trying to put Rose in that position?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's what position Carla had her in years ago." You know, so it's like, I'm not doing anything. It's not hating on Rose. I'm just saying that's what Carla needs to do. Hold on, where is it? I mean, it's not hard. I mean, all she had to do was do this and say, where is it? Where is my picture? Where in the heck is that picture? Oh, yeah, that's from my episode I did. Boom. Yeah, this picture I posted up from my episode I did. I said, Carla, you need to post this up right here on her IG. Post this up and, you know, you might get a fight, because then it'll rile some people up. It's going to rile up her fans. Oh, man, you know the Rose fans going to get riled up. Oh, man, hang on 1 second here. My phone charger. Okay. All right. Let's see here. No, I'm right here. I said I'd be back. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said Carla needs to be posting this thing up right here, you know, letting people know this is what she wants. All right. Now, Rose and Carla. How much would have changed since then? Like, has the wrestling improved enough to counter the wrestling of Carla? Well, Carla's wrestling. I think Carla's like, she's got jacked. Like, she's got like more muscle too. She's definitely got more muscle. Rick Colombo said she doesn't need to go to Kobe, but she could push if she wanted to. Wait a minute, who doesn't want to fight? Who doesn't want to fight Rose? What are y'all talking about? He said no one outside of the top three, Zhang, Joanna, seem in a rush for a title fight. Well, Joanna, that's all she wants. I don't know if you ever heard, like, even though Joanna doesn't deserve a title shot, Joanna wants a third. She wants a third fight. So, yeah, Joanna wants it. Yeah, Joanna is like, doesn't deserve it, but that's what she wants. So, yeah, Joanna does, like, Carla wants it. Marina wants it. Marina said she'll jump ahead of Carla. She said, sorry, Carla, I'll take it. So Carla just can't get it right now because it's just not what Dana wants to make. So that's on them. But yeah, Randa's gone. So, talking about Randa. Shout out to Randa, though. No disrespect to her. All right, so let's talk Weili. So Zhang Weili, like I said, the rankings, they've changed already. She's still number one. She's still seen as a number one contender. But with her in that position, it's not like I see her as like a threat to the championship again. So even though she's number one, which she shouldn't be, she should be number three. Zhang Weili's in a position to fight down now. And all you people that are Zhang fans, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, she has to fight down. She's number one, but she needs to fight down right now. She's unlost. Yeah, you could feel that she won the second time, but it wasn't enough, right? If she really wanted it, she should have went in there, stopped Rose, trained to stop Rose, and she should have dominated. Right? So I'm not the type to lie to a fighter. I ain't going to give him false confidence. To me, Zhang Weili is not number one. She should be number three. And from here, she's fighting down. Because she's made some changes to her game. And she's not one to execute those changes right back in a fight. Right? Like in a big fight, she needed to grow accustomed to those fights, to those changes, and go from there. Right? Let's be real. If you want to make these changes, you had to take two fights, a fight or two in between, and go from there. You know what I mean? Like, just take some fights where you can, say this is why I want to improve my wrestling. I'm going to change that up, work on my defense, work on my pressure fighting, work on this, we're fighting off my back, a little bit of everything that Rose is going to try to bring to me. So I'll be prepared for it, That should have been her game plan. But they went in, they took the fight. She lost. It's time to work. It's time to fight down and humble yourself and fight down, Fight somebody in the top 6, top 7, maybe a couple fights. But Dana's already said it, that she's a long way from a title shot right now. So that doesn't sound like somebody should have been knocked down. That sounds like somebody that should have been taken down a couple notches to me. That's just me. I'm just saying. Yeah, Ephraim. I mean, yeah, that's honesty. You said you love Weili, but she failed. Exactly. Let's be real. Like, all she should have did was, all she should have done was take the time out to work. I know everybody want to see her. I know all your fans want to see her go in there and starch rows, but don't work like that, man. It's a big exam that you have to study for, right? So for Weili, from here, let's look at the rankings. Who could she fight? All right, big fight in China. Big fight in China with Yan Xiaonan. I mean, somebody said that they won't fight because they're both, Chinese, but that's a good fight. Big China market. Yan versus Zhang, coming off a loss to Rose and Carla. Good fight. Let's see. Let's see. Dern. Mackenzie Dern's a good fight. Mackenzie coming off a loss to Marina. That's a good one. And I know some people says Zhang versus Carla, but Dana doesn't really want to put her in a position to go for a third title shot if she defeats Carla, so that wouldn't really make sense. I think you just got to fight down, man. Just got to go down to number 4 and 5, possibly 6, because I think Nina Azaroff would take that fight. I mean, she didn't win that Lemos fight, but I think she would take a Zhang Weili fight because she'd want to get closer to the title than closer to a, beat down to Lemos. I'm just saying, man. Stick Summer Dog said, what about Weili versus Lemos? Well, Lemos has to get past Angela Hill first. If she beats Angela Hill, I mean, why not, right? I mean, you got to fight down to me. And Lemos, she's, on the clock right now. Lemos is, ain't too far down the race. Angela Hill, Andrea Lee fought Cynthia Calvillo, who's like 7 spots up from her, right? So why not? Andrea Lee and Cynthia Calvillo were 7 spots away from each other. So if Lemos defeats Hill, I don't know if she'll elevate, seeing as how Angela Hill's number 12 and Lemos is 11. Well, I've seen crazy things happen before. I mean, they're trying to get Kamzat in there with Gilbert Burns, right? Kamzat's like, what, number 11? And they want to put him in there with, let me see, who is it? Kamzat's 10. And he's going to jump up 8 spots to fight Gilbert Burns. So, Yeah, that's what I thought. Robot Chickens. Well, I thought Joanna wanted that fight at a point, but that's what I heard. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but shoot, it should happen. So yeah, Zhang Weili getting in there with Yan Xiaonan and Mackenzie Dern makes sense to me. And like I said, Nina would probably take that fight just because it's closer to a title shot. If she comes back and takes that fight, we'll know why. See, Lemos is high risk, low reward. Lemos is high risk, low reward. Robert Henry says Zhang is still dangerous. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's definitely a dangerous fighter for sure. Mark said Tisha T's on the rise, fighting wise. Tisha Torres. Shaman say Kamzat's a superstar already. Yeah, he's a superstar, but he's not technically a good fighter, which is going to cost him. Yeah, he's got more followers, but I mean, does he got more skills, right? See, I think Lemos has enough skills to handle Weili more so than Kamzat has skills to handle Usman or Gilbert Burns. right? I don't see Khamzat beating Gilbert Burns or Usman right now. See, I could see Lemos going in there and putting a striking clinic on Weili at this point. Yeah, man, for sure. Let me see. So that's what I think for Weili, though. A couple of good fights to get that work in. Maybe by then, the belt will have changed, or maybe she'll be in a good position to fight for a third title fight. We'll see. Let's talk about these wild cards I got in the back, though. Let's see. I ain't gonna spend too much time on them, though. Joanna, Jessica Andrade. Andrade is in that position right now where she could stay at 125, or she could move back down for a potential third fight with Rose. Right? That would be good. I mean, it'd suck if she got if she got the shot over Carla, but I mean, hey, Andrade brings the excitement. Andrade is in a position where she could do either one. Robot Chick said Khamzat is hype. I'm telling you, man. Like, that's what I just said. Like, I don't disagree. Khamzat, to me, is hype. Yeah, he's got all these followers, but he don't have the skill. I mean, how you going to skip from number 11 or 10 and just jump to the title? And France said Ebos versus Joanna. Time for Ebos to make it or break it. Yeah, that's a good fight, too. That's a good one, too. So, yeah, Andrade's in a position where she can move down, maybe go for the third fight with Rose, or maybe even make Dana put her in there with Carla. I know that would suck, but that could happen. He might do that. Andrade might try to put her in there with Carla, and that would be the title eliminator. Carla beat Andrade, you get your rematch. Rose, you'll be taking on Andrade a third time if Andrade smashes Carla. That would be messed up. Because, yeah, Andrade has been thinking about moving down to 115, man. That's going to be crazy, man. That's why I call her the wild card, because, Andrade is like, you can take it or leave it. But, I'll mostly take it because she puts on a good fight. So Andrade, she could do that, man. She could come down and shake it up, man. That's why I'm saying, like, you have to mention her in the mix. She could stay as a gatekeeper at flyweight. Take on the Taylor Santoses or Jennifer Myers or the Manones, or she can move down where she can possibly dominate again, Be right back in there. Rematch with Weili. Rematch with Joanna. Rubber match with Rose. Carla fight. Marina fight. They're all good fights, though. Who else? Let's see. And Joanna on this side, Joanna taken out of the rankings, but she's supposed to come back in March or April. So, you got Joanna here. And then you got Andrade over here. So why not make a rematch with him, right? I'd still pick Joanna in this fight, but that would be a good fight. Joanna versus Andrade, the wild cards of the strawweight division now. The two that are unranked, but they still hold weight in some way. That'd be interesting right there. Let's see. That would be... This rematch would be interesting, though. they would be fighting for like the number one, like the number 2 or number 1 spot. Or winner fights Carla. That would be messed up, right? Because both of these fights are style nightmares for Carla, really. You know, both are physically stronger than Carla. You know, both have too much athleticism for Carla. You know, Joanna is just too big, too strong to take down. Good striking. You know, her power is too much for Carla. Then, of course, Andrade, her wrestling would cancel out Carla's like Tatiana Suarez did. So, Dana would probably do something like that. He'd make Carla fight one of these fighters for trying to sit out. You know, he would. He would do that. So, yeah, these two here, they fit somewhere in the mix. Even though they're not ranked at 115, they still carry a lot of weight. You know, great resumes, great styles. You know, they're both very exciting. So they fit in there somewhere. They can come back at any point and just jump right back into the top 5, in my opinion. You know, because of the politics here. So, much as I say Joanna doesn't deserve a title shot, you know that they will put her close to it, which means she'll fight Marina. Don't be surprised if Joanna fights Marina and Andrade fights Carla, though. Then Carla's going to be like, oh, snap. Goodbye title shot. So, yeah, that's a match. Hold on. Oops. That's a match in itself. The 2 wild cards in the back there. Let's go on down the list here. Marina's the only one in this picture who hasn't mixed it up with too many of these fighters, right? She's fought Carla and lost, but it's still time, you know? It's still time because she's improved a lot since that loss. She's improved a lot since that Carla loss. You know, she's definitely came back as a force. 3-0 this year. She knocked Ebas out, outclassed Mackenzie Dern. And then she beat Michelle Waterson as well. You know, so she's got some good wins this year. She just, like I said, hasn't mixed it up with these fighters yet. Can't get a Joanna fight because Joanna don't want it. Andrade's, you know, not in the weight class right now. Carla, that rematch ain't going to happen now because Carla's got her head turned elsewhere. Then you got, you know, Weili. That's still a possibility. Fighting Weili, still a big possibility for her, right? And I think Marina, man, like, right now, she's the freshest of all of these fighters. You know, everybody's been in wars. She's been in some wars, but I think Marina's been in a lot of wars. I mean, in less wars. And she's gained a lot of experience, and she's fresh. Very dangerous right now. So Marina Rodriguez, I think, at number 3, she deserves, let me see. See, Marina's in a tight position. Like, would they make her fight Joanna next? I mean, or Zhang Weili? Which do you think she would have to fight? Who do you think she would have to fight next? Let's see. Marina in a fight with Zhang Weili, I would take that. Okay? I'd still take it. I mean, I take Joanna as well, but I don't know if they'll get Joanna to do it. Joanna, let's see. If Joanna wants to come back in March or April, it could be done. It should be done. It really should be done, man. She should. Dana needs to make her fight. Yeah, Efren, I think Marina and Weili makes sense too. There's a lot of good fights here, man. But if Marina wants to get closer to a title shot, Weili makes sense. because her and Carla aren't gonna fight again yet. Weili makes sense, and even Joanna does. I'm not gonna lie, Joanna is not there, but she's a former champion, and beating her will make a lot of waves for sure. Let's see. Marina has a potential to take them all down. Yeah, she's got some potential. I mean, if she perfects her takedown defense, she'll be very, very good. Very, very dangerous. Uh, 222 said, I think she's going to fight Weili, but I want Weili to fight Dern or Claudia. This division is interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, don't be surprised in April or May, Marina gets lined up with Zhang Weili, though. Stick Dog Summer said Weili versus Joanna 2 makes sense since they both lost twice to Rose. Yeah, it makes sense too. I wanted that fight before she fought Rose, actually. Andrade will come back to strawweight. Oh, man, if she does, though, man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so we got our wild cards, Joanna and Jessica Andrade. Then we got Marina in a good position where she needs to fight up. Could be Zhang Weili. I can't remember the matchups I put, though. Hold on. Or Joanna just to stay busy, because I posted it not too long ago. Where is that picture? I did like a last week. Let's see. Where is that picture I put up? Yeah, it was like last week. Yeah, actually, this is what I like to see. I like to see Marina versus Joanna. Zhang Weili versus Yan Jianan. Good China fight. And then Rose and Carla. Those are the main fights that I want to see as far as how the strawweight division goes right now. All right, so let's go down this list here, man. Oh, man. I'm still upset. Number 11, Amanda Lemos is not getting her fight with the number 6, Nina Ansaroff. Some people ask me about my thoughts on that fight. Is she ducking? I think she is, man. I think Nina Ansaroff is ducking. I'm going to just be real. Cut to the chase. Yes or no? Yes, I think Nina is avoiding this fight. High risk, low reward. Simple as that. You know, Lemos brings something to the table that a lot of these strawweights don't have. And I think that's something even more deadly about her than what Nina's faced, and even Suarez. She lost every round to Suarez, but there was something even dangerous about Lemos that she doesn't even want to face, because she's been out of the game for 2 years, right? Then she got destroyed by Mackenzie Dern. So after getting destroyed by Mackenzie Dern, who wants to come back against Lemos, who's even lower down the rankings, that could possibly end her career? You know? So she's in a position where, you know, she's a family woman now. You know, she's a wife. She's a mother. I don't necessarily see the fight in Nina Ansaroff right now. You know, there's talk about her going to 125. After being out for 2 years, it's just like she came back for a fight, but she's not as hungry. I mean, she's 35, a mom. Amanda Nunes is about out the door as well. You know, they're family women now. They're family. So why? You know, why go in there with it? So she shouldn't have taken a fight in the first place, or she shouldn't have accepted it, in my opinion. Because honestly, I felt the same way, y'all. I didn't think she was going to take this fight. So with her out of the mix, Angela Hill has taken that big task against Lemos. You know, Angela Hill's kind of like that journey woman. You know, she'll take any fight, right? She'll take any fight. And Angela Hill is in for a fight. not since Andrade has she been in there with somebody that's such a deadly force. And Amanda Lemos is very educated, man. Like, very educated with hers. Like, it's not going to be brute force like Andrade. It's going to be very calculated. And I could see Lemos stopping her, man. Like, I could see Lemos stopping her. Robert Henry said Lena ducked as soon as she hung the phone up after she talked to Mick Maynard. Wow. Robert, you crazy, man. I mean, she probably did, man. She probably said, "Oh yeah, I got that fight," and she hung up. She said, "Not." She's already like, "I'm not getting in there." You're crazy. I mean, look at Lamos's record. I mean, I'm gonna pull up her record now. Hold on. Stick Dog Summer said, "Man, Lemos is the next contender for the belt in the next year or so." Yeah, I think so. I think she is. Hold on. Lemos be finishing, submitting, knocking people out. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50% finish ratio, I think. Hold on, or is it higher? Well, some of her early fights aren't listed. Results aren't listed. But she has knocked out people with punches. And she is brutal. Very brutal. So, yeah, I can see why Nina avoided that fight. Yeah. That's not for her. She said, I'm not about that action. She's like, okay, Mick, I'll take the fight. And she hung up and said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do that." Yeah, so Amanda Lemos is on the rise, and Angela Hill is the only one that's going to do that, I think. Angela Hill will take on anybody. I could see Angela Hill avoiding the KO in this fight, but I still see her losing. I could see her avoiding it, but I think Lemos is still going to possibly stop her. That's just me. Yes. That's what I got on her so far, from what I've seen. I think I'll watch some more fights of hers tonight just to kind of make some more assessments there. What else? Yeah, so Joanna, let me see, I covered that point. Joanna wants the March or April comeback. Nina said no. Lemos and Hill. And shout out to Tisha Torres, man. Tisha Torres is in that NPC competitive mode right now. I don't know who she's going to fight next. Who is Tisha going to fight next? I mean, Tisha, I've always said Tisha had the build for like one of these female bodybuilders. Or even like, the fitness models. Not even if she's like one of those huge ones on, on the stuff. But Tisha's always had that physique about her. That natural muscle build that said fitness model. Her, Kat Zingano, Felice Herrig, Tisha, what's her name? Hannah Goldie, Misha Tate. They always had that natural muscle build that could compete like this. So this is what Tisha's doing right now. So at number 8, I don't know what's next for her. Tisha could be fighting Claudia next. Who knows? Tisha might be fighting Yan Xiaonan. I could see that. You know what? Since Mackenzie lost so bad, or dominated by Marina, Mackenzie and Tisha might be next. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Mackenzie and Tisha are next in 2022. Watch. I bet you that fight's going to be made, y'all. Mackenzie and Tisha's probably going to be in 2022. But yeah, one of the best physiques in WMMA is Tisha Torres, hands down. I always said that. Like, she has a great shape. Who else on this list do we want to talk about? Joanna, I think that she's in a mix where she has to fight down. So, Jan versus Tisha might be in the making too. Jan and Tisha, or Dern and Tisha. But Joanna might face Lemos if Lemos destroys Angela Hill. Don't be surprised. Lemos and Jan, Dern and Tisha, mix them four up some way. Yeah. Those four are going to be mixed up somehow, I think. Yeah, I think so. What else? Let's look at this strawweight list. Michelle Waterson. Don't know what's going on right now. I mean, let's see if she has anything listed. I mean, she been on Instagram chilling. Her and Holly been doing that. They be doing them challenges all the time. Michelle Waterson be chilling with Holly all the time, so. Nothing in line for since she's been out for 6 months, nothing in line for Waterson. She probably won't come back till next year, right? Going down the list, Ebos. Oh yeah, don't let me forget Ebos now. Ebos beat Verna Gendaroba. At number 10, let me throw her in the mix. Ebos and Tisha might be a fight. Ebos and Claudia. Ebos and Waterson. I think those three might mix it up. Where Tisha, Jan, Dern, Ebos, they might somehow make a pairing with some of them fighters there. I mean that's a lot to choose from, so of course, right? But I mean, if I had to narrow it down, I think Dern and Tisha's a big fight, though. And then Jan and watch Nina Ansaroff probably gonna come back and fight Jan and watch this. I know Robert probably agrees with that. Nina's gonna take that fight. Nina's gonna take that fight. Robert Henry said Nina got dominated by Dern, mauled in her fight before that, up until Suarez got injured, still lost. Was looking down a barrel of a beat down by Lemos, seeing about that life. I mean, she took it the first couple times, she tried, but she realized that, oh no. She said, not this time. Y'all ain't gonna beat me down. Let's see. Texas Gaming Empire. What's going on? He said, personally, I would like to see Rose Carla, Weili Dern, JJ versus Jan. Okay. I like Weili Dern. I'm not gonna lie, I like that fight, but I don't think Dern deserves a fight up like that. Since she lost to Marina, give her Tisha. I honestly got Tisha winning that fight with Dern though. JJ Jan's good action-packed stand-up fight though, man. That's good. Marina Andrade is good too, Texas. Yeah, I like that fight. Robot said, of course I agree that Nina would take a fight with you. You know it, man. What else y'all got? I'm looking through some comments. Yeah, Bruno, I know you said that too. Bruno said, I want Claudia versus Weili. That was the fight that I want to go back and talk about. Yeah, Claudia versus Weili is a good fight. Claudia and Weili, Bruno, that's a good fight because that could test her skills, like on the ground, test her wrestling, test her strength, test her fighting off of her back in the guard, vice versa. Weili hasn't had that look, Weili was kind of skipped ahead over that look with a tough strong grappler like that. I think Claudia's more technical than Andrade. And styles make fights. I know Andrade destroyed Claudia, but when it comes down to technical brawling, that would have been a good test for Weili, and I don't see anything wrong with that. FTWLA said Weili and Joanna too. Yeah, I still like that, man. I mean, anything is juicy right now, man. Any of these are like, good matchups. Some are better than others, though. Yeah, Efren, I mean, we're lucky to have this much talent right now. Yeah, JJ Yan Striker's Paradise, like I like to say, man. Like Marina Joanna's the same thing, Striker's Paradise, It's gonna be hands, it's gonna be kicks, it's gonna be knots on heads, knots on top of knots. Yeah, and Weili Dern ground game. If Dern can get it there, just think it would be intriguing. Yeah, Weili get a little sloppy in the guard, she could get submitted. Or Weili could ground and pound Mackenzie Dern. You don't know. You don't know. It's good. Texas said Dern is higher ranked than Claudia, which is why I never want Dern over Claudia. Which is why I want Dern over Claudia. Right. I just think Weili's in a position to fight down. 2 more fights to fight down and kind of work on stuff. Claudia and Dern are good names for her. But I want Tisha to fight up. I want Tisha to get the fight with Dern, actually. If she gets that fight, I'd be happy. Because Tisha's kind of revamped herself. So, Tisha's in a good position right now. Okay, what else? I'm just going down the rankings here. So I talked about Ebos. Jan Zhanan and Ebos would be good. Ebos and Claudia. Ebos and Waterson might be a fight that it might be made. So let's see, Lemos and Angela Hill. Werner Janaroba. Werner Janaroba probably has to fight down. Don't be surprised if they make Werner versus Brianna Van Buren. I don't know how Brianna Van Buren got to number 14, though. Hell, I don't even know how Jessica Panay got in number 15. Excuse me. I don't even know how that was possible. Verna might fight Brianna Van Buren as we go down this list, though. After losing to Dern and Ebos and just beating Kanako Murata, yeah, she'll probably fight Brianna Van Buren or Jessica Panay. Jessica Panay, she had to pull out of her fight, right, with, who was she supposed to fight? Luana Pinheiro? Yeah. But it's good matches at the bottom, but better matches at the top, man. I mean, anything y'all say is not a bad matchup, really. I mean, some need to happen more than others, of course. Robert said Claudia's quietly doing her extended vacation fighter impression. Kind of like that former strawweight lady, champion lady that I refuse to name right now. Yeah, I think we know who you're talking about. FTW said the card should be Esparza versus Rose is main event. Joanna Weili is the co-main event, and Dern and Yan on the card. That's good. That's a good card right there. I mean, this is what I would do, though. Hold on. I would do Joanna. No, I would do Namajunas, Esparza. I would do Joanna, Esparza 2. Right? Yeah, man. Then do Weili, Joanna 2. And then I would do Marina versus... Like, if I really wanted to make, like, a card, I would do this. Like, this is what I would do. I would say Namajunas, Esparza 2, co-main event, Weili, Joanna 2, and then Marina and Andrade on the card. Yazama said Ebos versus Lemos. I'd take that. Man, I would take that. I mean, Ebos would get flashbacks to Marina, but I'm just saying, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss on this one. You know, I just wanted to go back and, you know, revisit these straw weights in a live with y'all and discuss these 6 women on the screen here a little bit, just see where they're at. You know, Rose is still the champion. Carla should be next in line. Zhang Weili is still there. She's still tough. Just got to work. Marina Rodriguez is on the rise. She's 3-0 right now. And then in the background, you got the 2 wild cards that can come in at any time because they hold a lot of weight. You know, Joanna, former champion, still puts on a great fight. You know, so she's still in the mix. She can come in there anytime, I think. Then Andrade, you know, pound for pound, one of the best strawweight resumes, former strawweight champion. At 125 right now, but she could come down and shake things up. You know, she's still in line for a Rose fight. If she wants, it's there. You know, Namajunas and Andrade are 1-1. If she wants to fight Weili, I think that fight is there in a rematch. Joanna's there in a rematch. So, name a bad fight. I don't think we can name a bad fight here. Marina and Andrade's a great fight. You know, so like I said, you got your top 4 right there and your 2 wild cards, man. So, yeah. Yeah, Robert, that's a beefy card. I mean, I'm getting greedy, man. Come on, y'all know if I was matchmaker and I made that card, y'all would love me for that. Like if I was in Mick Maynard's place and I did that, y'all would be like, oh man, he's the best. Y'all be he's the best right there. He made that card. Oh man, come on. Texas said, I think Weili Joanna 2 would be amazing, but then I think either one will feel they get a title shot next and Rose is still champion. Yeah, I'm not really trying to see that 3rd fight with them. A significant strike said, wish Tisha would get with Trevor Whitman and gain more power. Yeah, I know, man. Like, I think she's been working on power with her kicks. Like, her body attack has been a little bit more brutal. Her offense is getting more effective, too. Like, her punching power is not really there, but her kicks are there, significant. Like, if you go back and look at her body attack, I think her body attack with her side kicks are very, very strong. Texas said, be interested to see the pay-per-view buys. For some reason, it looked like they would be high, but I'm not sure that they would be really, really like great numbers. I honestly, like UFC men, you know, the demographic, I don't know if they would feel it like that. I don't know. Jama said, if Lemos doesn't KO Ebos in the first fight, can go south for her real quick. Yeah. Lemos has still got some well-roundedness to her, so I could see it being a problem, especially on the ground. Like, Lemos can put combinations together. I mean, Ebos can put combinations together, but she's dangerous on the ground. But I could see Ebos getting stopped, though. But, I mean, if she lasts, though, it'd be crazy, man. It'd be a crazy fight. The thing is, Lemos would have to stop her, too, you know, or she would lose that flair, in my opinion, you know, to the casual fan. Yeah, Robert said, King Combo. Yeah, man, I'm just saying, man, we got to put it. I'm trying to make something. That would be a bad card, man. Efren said Ebos fighting anyone below top 5 don't make sense. Yeah, I mean, anybody below, yeah. I mean, Andrade, if she comes in, I think that's just like a fight that would be like boom. You know what I mean? Like if it happened and you beat her, that would kind of guarantee you a title shot. Like that's why I call them wild cards. Like her and Joanna, even though if they're not ranked, they still hold a lot of weight. Like if you beat them, you get a title shot just because they're pound for pound two of the best strawweights, right? Their reputation is still solid. But I mean, Marina, Zhang Weili, that might be on the horizon. Zhang Weili might have like Yan Zhana or Marina. For one, you know, Yan Zhana might be a China fight. The Marina fight would be logical because that's Marina's fight up. Dana might see Marina in there being the heavy favorite and winning. Then that's new blood for Rose. Yeah, Zaman, the pay-per-view would be low, honestly. Yeah, like I still think it would be low. I mean, if the Invicta cards aren't doing well like that, then I mean that kind of tells you something. I mean, for us, it would be big because you know we know all the women, right? But the casual fan don't know any of them, so that's how it goes for us. All right, so yeah, getting ready to wrap this thing up. Been on here about 1:15. I wanted to cut it short today. Robert here said beating a former champion should definitely get Marina a title shot at this point. Yeah, exactly. Like Andrade is pound for pound one of the best fighters, so that right there should guarantee you a title shot to me. You go in there, you beat her. Joanna still talking like I'm this big bad fighter. You beat her. I mean, you just beat one of the fighters that's held the title, 5 defenses in a row. Or you beat Andrade, who is the most dangerous strawweight at a time. That's title shot right there. Especially if you did it in better fashion than Rose or just as dominant fashion as Rose. You get that common opponent on your resume, you good to go. Ranking or not, you're good to go on them, man. Because like I said, like Andrade, if anything, she's number 1 flyweight, so. Yeah, I really don't think the pay-per-view would be a great number, though, Nah. So, Randa's gone. Randa's out. Felice Herrig is out of the top 15. Yeah, Randa's just going out of the UFC now completely. As y'all know, Namajunas, she got cut today, too. Rightfully so. I talked about it yesterday that she needed to be. And, it's not like you're saying she's bad, but, I mean, she's just not developed for UFC. Right? So, Namajunas is cut. 1-3. Good reason, right? Pushed a little premature. That's all that was. Gave her a shot. Didn't fall through. Yeah, let me see here. Fight week is here. Who knows? I might get on tonight and talk about these fights, or I might get on tomorrow. So yeah, you might see me on tomorrow night, later tomorrow night. And we'll talk about fight week coming up. FTW said if they throw a John Jones fight on the card, pay-per-view buys would be pretty high. Yeah. If you throw John Jones on as the main event, yeah, of course. And then you have to have Rose and Weili too. Rose and Carla too as the co-main event. Yeah. You got to sell it to him right. Yeah, that's true. Everyone said, where is the money fight with Rose? You mean the big money fight? Mm. What would be Rose's big money fight, though? I mean, there's a lot of great skill fights, but it's when it comes down to money, I don't know. Like, Joanna would probably be her next big money fight. You know, the China market, another China market fight. But I don't see like anything really like big money makers for Rose. You know, just good legacy fights, but no big money. I don't see big money. Yeah, Joanna would probably be her biggest money fight, and that would be because Joanna's market to me. I mean, her big money fight would probably be her and what is her name? Shevchenko. You know what I mean? That would probably be her money fight. But uh, I'm just being, funny. Not funny, but I'm just saying like that would have to be her biggest money fight though. Like it's really hard to find all these women that get big money fights though. Yeah, Stray. Yeah, I seen that, man. Cheyenne Bay's Mallory Martin. Yeah, man, it's musical chairs. Yeah, money. I don't see big money fights too much in the WMMA world. Sorry. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we see great talent, but there's no big money fight there. You see, Valentina's a great champion. It's hard to get her a big money fight. See Weili and Joanna, that would be a big money fight for both of them. Gordon said, I'm not taking a position on Cejudo's impact, but I'm curious to know if Weili will continue in that camp with Cejudo as coach. Any news on that? Did she return to China? I haven't heard any news yet. I'm not sure if she still is sticking with him or what. I know John Jones has been training with Cejudo now. John Jones and Cejudo have been training together, but I don't know if she's staying though. And yeah, I'm not sure if she has returned to China yet. I mean, I could check her Instagram. Texas said Carla rematch or Andrade trilogy. I think her best storylines are money. Yeah, they're decent money, but not like big. Yeah. Robert said, "Where's the big money fight? It ain't. It ain't in Lithuania. Nah, man. It's not in Lithuania. Yeah, her money, her market's not that big, man. It's really not. I mean, that's why she had to do what she did to, get these big fights. I mean, yeah, she's not globally marketable like that. Like she's homegrown, you know what I mean? Like her fan base is just America, really, and Lithuania. But how big is Lithuania, right? Mojo said Andrade should go back to 115 if she wants another real shot at winning the title again. Val and everyone saw how that went down. She wants no more. Yeah, I agree, Mojo. I agree with that though. Like if she comes back down to 115, it's gonna be shaking up. Okay, so FTW said that she will be training with Cejudo when she comes to America or Arizona. So she'll probably be linking up with John Jones now, I guess, because John Jones is Cejudo's under his wing now. Oh, she plays American in that fight. I mean, in that movie. Let's pull up the trailer now, man. Like, watch the trailer here. 1 second. This is the last thing I'm going to do tonight before I get off here. Let's pull up the Bruise trailer. Have y'all seen it? Oh, let me turn it down. All right. Bruised. All right, so Halle Berry's character is, pretty much down and out, ex-fighter. People just ragging on her outside the convenience stores here. Okay, so the dad died for her little man. All right, so she became like a maid or a housekeeper now. So okay. So she's hung off, needs money, fighting some unsanctioned fights. That's Gabby Garcia, right? Oh, wow, that is Gabby Garcia. That girl's a beast. So Gabby Garcia is also in this movie. Gabby Garcia spit in her face. Like some street fight stuff. Oh, man, Halle taking her down. Wow. I mean, well, Mackenzie Dern took her down, so it's possible to take somebody down that big. She getting beat down and sparring in the gym. She trying to polish up. Okay. Let me turn it down here. I saw it earlier. I watched the trailer earlier. I just wanted to watch it on here with y'all. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow or something, though, in a video. So, I get Valentina got the red hair in this one. They got the Invicta canvas. So, they trying to put Invicta FC on the map. Maybe this will help WMMA. What do y'all think? This might help WMMA. I mean, Shannon Knapp was at the premiere. Yeah, they got the Invicta logo on the canvas. All right. November 24th. Bruised. Yeah, so my thoughts, I like what I'm seeing, man. This is what we watch. I mean, let's see a story put to it. Like, let's see a good story put to this movie, with a WMMA theme. And let's see people get really, really introduced to this fight game. Women take it seriously too. I mean, you got Gabby Garcia in there playing this big beast. And Halle's on this underground fighting scene, fighting her way back up to put herself in a title position, I guess, against the champ, played by Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina kind of playing the Joanna role in this fight, I see, with the mouthpiece killer. What is Val's name in this movie? Hold on. What is her name? So, yeah, directed, well, not written by, but directed and starring Halle Berry. What is Val's name in this movie? I mean, she's been in a lot of Invicta events and UFC events lately. Come on now, where's the whole cast at? You only got where's Valentina Shevchenko? She should be on. Amanda Nunes is in this movie too. Dang, I didn't know Amanda was in it. All right, so Amanda's in it. Where's Valentina at? I'm looking on IMDb. I want to see her name. Dang, where is it? Come on. Y'all got Amanda Nunes on the cast, but where is she? Where is Valentina at? Oh, there it is. They ain't even got her name listed. Where's her name? Anyways, Let me see. Efren said, by the way, love your channel here. My go-to place for current info in WMMA. Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna keep it up too. So always stay subscribed and stay tuned, man. Yeah, appreciate that, Efren, man, for sure. Always try to stay up on it and just give you my thoughts on the scene, you know. Significant said trailer a bit unbelievable because Val don't miss that far with a kick. Yeah, well, she's not Val, right? She's I don't know who because list her name on it. IMDb. Straya said Gabby lost her last fight, tapped out. Yeah, I saw that. I can't remember the girl's name either. Like rear naked choke, right? She got choked out. Straya said, I'm hoping Panera redeems herself this week. I thought she was a prospect until that last fight. I'm hoping Sam Hughes wins that, man. I'm going for Sam in that fight. Yeah, so Bruised, I'm looking forward to it November 24th. We'll talk more about it later. I'm about to bounce up over here now. Yeah, so like always, just hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, you know, just make sure the notifications go out. You know, hit that thumbs up. Like I said, if you do that, I'll keep doing these. You know, keep y'all tuned in on my thoughts, on some news, you know, what have you. And yeah, man. With some of the new people that came in, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for coming in. You know, shout out to everybody in the chat. Always good conversation, though. Always makes for good conversation in here. Gordon said when Weili took down Rose by catching her leg, it looked exactly like what Cejudo was demonstrating. Has she used that technique before, or is it to be credited? I want to say she tried that to Joanna maybe once. It didn't work, but I probably would credit that to him because he did kind of change he kind of changed her approach to the fight a little bit more. So he gets a little credit for it, I guess. Yeah, but for y'all that didn't come in, you know, missed the stream, just leave your comments in the comment section, and you know we'll revisit this division. You know, we always do. So yeah, let me get up out of here, y'all. Yeah, appreciate that significant strike. Stay sub. Stay safe. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe.